What's up? What it do? How you doing? I am back with another video. Today, EandE family, we're going to cook Sunday dinner.
This is General Chang.
So before we get into this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit your bell notification so that you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded. So today's video is all about using what you have in your pantry and your refrigerator. So first, we're going to get started on some biscuits. So the first ingredient in our biscuits is 3 sticks of frozen butter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this butter. You'll want to make sure you have a sharp knife for this, but be careful. I'm going to cut this butter up like this. Right? And then we're going to get our butter into our food processor. When I make biscuits, I do everything in my food processor. You can do it by hand. By all means, you can do it by hand. But to me, it's just easier to put everything in the food processor. That way, I'm not touching everything as much. So our butter stays cold, and we don't overwork our dough. So I'm just going to keep chopping up my butter until we have it all added to the food processor. Okay, so I have my frozen butter added to my food processor. And before I add any other ingredients in, I'm just going to give this a quick pause to try to get this into smaller pieces than what I cut it into. So let's go. So the next thing we're going to add, I got my butter all tossed up the way I wanted it. So the next thing we're going to add is 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of granulated sugar. We're also going to add a tablespoon of baking powder. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. So that was all of our dry ingredients. The only thing left we have to add is some buttermilk. And I like to use whole fat, but don't use low fat buttermilk in your biscuits, y'all. Use whole fat buttermilk. Why would you want to use low fat in a biscuit? So I'm going to pour some of this in. As I toss it, I want my dough kind of wet. And the reason I want my dough kind of wet is because I have to flour my board when I turn these out. And I don't want them to be too dry. You want your dough a little wet because of the amount of flour you're going to put on your board. So, let's go. So, I got my flour on my board. And in case you can't see it, that's a good amount of flour on our board. Okay. So, next, we're going to turn these biscuits out, right? Now, I don't want to stick my hand in here and cut myself, so I'm going to use I'm going to see if I can get the blade out. Oh, okay. And we want to make sure we get all the dough from inside our food processor. Okay, so I de-blinged for this, y'all. And I'm going to take my dough and we're going to work it around in this flour. We want to work this dough a little before we cut our biscuits out. Okay, so you can roll your dough out or you can do exactly like I'm going to do. Because remember, this is all about what you have on hand to use. You may not have a rolling pin. I have a rolling pin, but for the sake of the video, y'all, we're just going to use what we was born with, our hands. The best kitchen tools you can use is your hands. Okay, so we're going to get these all patted out like that, like that. And then I'm going to take my little cutter here, right? I'm going to dip it in some flour. And we're going to start cutting our biscuits out. And then I like to do like this with my biscuits. Knock some of the excess flour off. Just like that. And I'm using a cast iron skillet to put my biscuits in. So we just gonna keep cutting out these biscuits. And this is what your uncooked biscuits should look like. So there's two ways you can cook biscuits. You can cook them in a 475 degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes. But you really gotta watch the biscuits when you do that. Or you could cook them in a 350 degree oven until they are golden brown on the top. Next, we are going to get started on this simple and easy salad using the ingredients you already have on hand in your fridge. Don't go nowhere. So this is all about what we have on hand in our pantry or our fridge to make a good Sunday dinner. So for our salad, all I had on hand, y'all, was some romaine lettuce, a cucumber, a tomato, and some croutons that we're going to add on later. So I've already cleaned my lettuce. I cleaned my lettuce by letting it soak in apple cider vinegar and water for about 20 minutes. And then I, take my hands through and kind of, not too hard because it's lettuce and it'll tear apart on you. And then rinse it. And then we're going to roll it up like this. Just like this. Get our knife and slice. Now, I just so happen to have a salad spinner. If you don't have a salad spinner, you can wash your lettuce ahead of time and leave it sit out on some paper towels and let it dry that way. But I just happen to have a salad spinner. So if you have a salad spinner, you already know they are the best thing happening when it comes to cleaning your lettuce, your berries, or what have you. So I'm going to keep cutting up my lettuce until we have it all cut up, and then we'll move on to our next ingredient. So next we're going to chop up our tomato. And what I like to do, I cut it down the center like that, right? And I don't like the seeds in my salad. It makes it very wet, and I don't like that. So I just take a spoon like that, and I get all the center out, just like that. Okay, so I got all that out, right? And then I'm just going to slice it like this. Then I'm just going to dice them up. So we got our tomato added in. And the last thing we're going to add is our English cucumber. Doesn't matter the cucumber you have on hand. If you have a regular cucumber, you can use that. Although I would suggest if you use a regular cucumber that you take the seeds. The nice thing about English cucumbers is that they don't have the seeds in them. But on a regular cucumber, they're very seeded in the middle. So I would just take a spoon and clean out the middle. If you don't mind that in your salad, you don't have to do that, but that's just me. So I'm just going to cut my English cucumber up like this and dice her up. So we'll add our cucumber in. I know what y'all thinking. That's a lot of cucumber, girl. We love cucumber in our salad around here, okay? You add as much cucumber as you want to yours, but we love cucumber. And then I'm just going to get in here with our best kitchen tools and toss it up. Just like that. And that is your homemade, easy, simple, using the ingredients you had on hand in your refrigerator salad. So, next, we're going to get started on the meat portion of our dinner. Don't go nowhere. So I was in my local grocery store, and the cheapest chicken they had were some chicken legs. So we're going to get these seasoned up, and we're going to fry us some chicken legs, y'all. So I'm only using flour today. Do I have egg on hand? Yes. But I'm just doing it simple and easy today. So we're just using our flour. So we're going to season our flour, of course. So we're going to start with some salt, some black pepper, some garlic powder, and some ground red pepper. That's all I put in my flour. I don't like my chicken overly seasoned, guys. And I've watched some videos where everything from Italian seasoning is being added in. I do not like my chicken over seasoned, so these are the seasonings I use. And baby, let me tell you, I ain't never had no complaints when I fry some chicken for somebody, okay? So that's our flour. And then we're just going to take our bag like this and get all that mixed up into our flour. So next we're going to season our chicken legs. And the only thing I use to season my chicken legs is salt and pepper, because I've put all the seasonings in my flour. When they come out of the grease, I will sprinkle maybe a little lemon pepper on top when they come out. But other than that, that's it. That's all. I told you, I don't like my chicken overly seasoned. And no, it is not bland by any means. You can ask the people that live in my household. So how I test my grease to see if it's ready, I take a little flour. And if it does that, it's ready to drop. So we're going to get some legs in our bag. And we're going to shake them up like this. And then we're going to get them down in our grease. Just like that. So, our chicken is in our pan frying. Our biscuits are in the oven cooking. Our salad is complete. Y'all been here before. You already know what's going to happen. When we come back, we are going to get a taste of this amazing homemade dinner using the ingredients you had on hand in your pantry and refrigerator. Y'all don't want to miss this. Don't go nowhere. And here is our finished dinner, y'all. We got our fried chicken. Look at it. Amazing. We have our salad. And I went back and I boiled a little egg to put on top of my salad. And then we have our homemade biscuit. So, y'all, there is no need to continue to talk. I wanted you to see it before I added my dressing on and all that. So I'm just using a little ranch dressing for my salad. And then I got the Tabasco on deck for my chicken, because y'all know I love a little kick to my food. So let's go ahead. I want to dive into the salad first, because it looks so good. Try to get a little bit of everything on there for y'all. That egg sets it off. Now I'm going to taste this chicken before I add my Tabasco. Let's see. Perfect, like I knew it would be. Put my Tabasco on there. Good. And we got a little honey to add to our biscuit, y'all. That is so good. You know, you don't have to make an extravagant dinner. You can use the items you have in your pantry and your refrigerator and come up with something amazing. These are just the items I happen to have on hand. And look at the meal I came up with. So, try this out with your friends and family, y'all. They're going to absolutely enjoy and love this meal. As I always tell you, EandE family, I promise you will not be disappointed. And that's it for today, EandE fam. Like, share, comment on this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And as always, EandE family, don't forget to live a little and love a lot. Y'all be easy. Peace. Make this for your family. You know Lex gonna steer you wrong. Bye, y'all.